Hello and welcome to Scarredlands Sins of Shelzar, episode, what are we on now? Lots? Episode very high, 18. Holy cow. Separate vacations. When last we met, most of the party was on their way to Leoni to assist Haiku with a job that he had been given by Mistress Jasmine, but also just to get the hell out of town because you may have killed a whole lot of guards and the heat might be on a little bit at the moment. While that travel was going on, Ithrin and Brec had helped a few strangers, and since no good deed goes unpunished, especially in the Scarred Lands, they wound up getting transmitted to the continent of Fenrilik, far to the north, where they had a brief adventure before being given a ring that Ithrin has decided to attune, that I believe, Ithrin, you should find on your sheet now, if you look under your magic items.
Amulet of the Snow Queen?
Yes.
Neat.
So, I'll let you go ahead and familiarize yourself with that for a minute. It'll be a little while. And we have a special guest with us tonight, which is Jeremy Hochhalter. Wave, Jeremy. And we'll be getting into what Jeremy's doing here in a little bit. But before we dive too far into the current state of the adventure, I do want to let everyone know that is watching. First of all, Dead Man's Rust is now on Kickstarter. I don't think it was when we played last, right?
No.
The days all blend together. So it went up. There's 20 days left in the Kickstarter. We're currently just over 17,000, which puts us just $1,000 under our third stretch goal. So we have made it, and we're into the stretch goals now. You can get access to the full campaign throughout the duration of the Kickstarter. You get the text, so you could back it today and start running it tomorrow if you wanted to. You get all sorts of neat previews and things along those lines regarding like art. And as we build up stretch goals, we're adding more items. You get more bang for your buck. So right now, because we unlocked the stretch goal for VTT assets for Chapter 1, everyone who backs for the PDF level will get the VTT assets that we generate for free, along with their PDF. So you'll get maps and tokens and all that stuff. So head over there and check that out if you have not yet done so. And tell all your friends to do the same. And then, again, I just want to remind you all that Frostlands of Fenrilik is up at the Celestian Vault. That's the frozen continent to the north that we visited last week, or last session, I should say. And you can pick that up at DriveThruRPG in print on demand or PDF, or both, if you're feeling flossy. So there you are for that link. And yeah, let's do it to it. So does anybody have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns before we dive in? Awesome. Good to hear.
You said this was episode 18?
I think so.
Are you sure we're only level 4?
Yeah.
I'm
quite positive.
Oh!
I am absolutely sure.
Got him again, Corey.
You might level faster if you didn't run around killing guards so much.
Ooh, isn't that how we
where are they
level?
supposed to get the XP from if you don't
Yeah.
kill the guards?
Exactly.
We're just grinding.
Hey, guards are very low CR.
Someone with some sense.
Rebel.
So yeah, we will leave the mystery of what's going on northward for a little bit as we dive into crossing the Sweltering Plains. So you all are heading toward Leoni. You have a vague map, a basic idea of how to get there, and you're heading through the desert. Who is going to be the lucky person that is responsible for your navigational rolls.
No, nobody.
Well,
wants Lulu to
it's through
do it.
the desert, right? So I have whatchamacallit?
Survival.
No, not survival. Is it because I'm a
Nature.
drifter and I'm like a desert? Like
Okay.
nomad, like I have advantage, right, on that stuff.
Desert Nomad? Let me look and see exactly what that feature does for you. That is the background from the Scarlands Player's Guide.
Mhm.
So I'm going to bring that up right now.
Let me look. Fireborn, Ironbred, Tough Hide to proficiency in nerving.
Okay, 1 second. Yep, Dune Traveler. So,
Do I have that? Hang on.
yep.
I'm
yeah,
a
you would. If
wanderer.
you're a Desert Nomad, you'd have Dune Traveler. So when you move through desert areas at travel pace, you and up to 5 companions can avoid difficult terrain. When you forage in such terrain, you can find twice as much food and fresh water as another person might each day. And when you're exposed to extreme heat from natural sources, you need make saving throws against exhaustion only half as often as other characters. That's what the Dune Traveler did.
I wonder if I thought I had that, but now I can't find it, so I might have imagined it.
It would be in your backgrounds are listed as Dune Traveler Drifter, right?
I'm a wanderer. Does that help anything?
Might. Let me look.
It says that I have excellent memory of maps and geography, and you can always recall the general
Yeah.
layout of a terrain.
Yeah.
That's what I-
Settlements. Are you a wanderer too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so getting around shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, you can have advantage on your survival check
Cool.
to see what's
Right.
up.
I'm fine with
So, hold on,
my
were we
intelligence
moving?
sucks. So
Because from what I remember, we were like going to wait for
You were
our
going
friends to join us at some stop.
No, we were gonna meet them there.
Right, but you were gonna head upward and you were gonna try to intercept the Iron Court and meet them there.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and give me a survival check with advantage. Are we gonna have Lulu make that, or are we gonna have?
no, let Milena make it. Lulu's bad at a lot of things. If it's punching someone in the face, I got that. But we can let
Thank
Milena.
Hang on, survival.
What if I give her advantage by putting our wanderingness to death?
19.
She'll have
never mind.
advantage on it. So you have advantage as well, Milena. So you can check to see if you crit.
Oh, no, that was with advantage. I got 19.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so yeah, you're able to make your way through the desert relatively unhindered. You're able to avoid encounters if you so choose, and you are able to forage and make sure that there's enough food for everyone. Are you going to take the time to avoid encounters? Or are you going to fight things that happen into your path, basically? If you see a fight coming, are you going to go around it, or are you going to jump into it?
What do you guys think?
I'm all about the
Wait,
fighting.
what? Oh, I was gonna say, hold on, who's making the roll? Because if we're thinking about this,
I mean, it's
does
Alan
Alan
making the
back
check.
down from any fight whatsoever? Like,
No.
I feel like she would
Alan
just
tried to kill an
give us
army for
straight
taking our
into-
hammer.
Alan did hang back a lot, guys. It's a fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause of the
hang
crossbow.
back, but like, if
Right.
anybody disrespects me, they're going
Alright.
down for real.
All right.
So we have to look at the flags of the people and if they're disrespecting her.
Right. If they say shit like, put down your weapons, they're gonna die.
Lulu's gonna officially request a list of triggers from Alan.
If they say something disrespectful like "Don't hurt us, we come in peace," you're
Yeah, because what
Straight
are
up
the
kill 'em.
odds of that? Flip.
That's very sus.
Yeah, sus.
That's sus.
You wouldn't say that if you were not threatening.
So, are you going? Having said that, are you going to avoid fights, or are you going to get into them?
No,
I
we're
don't
gonna
avoid fights
just
either.
smash.
Yeah, I'll smash.
Very good.
Let's smash.
Then I need you to roll 3 20-sided dice for me and tell me what each one comes up, please.
3? No advantage.
Nope. Yep. Just straight 3 20-sided dice.
Okay. 15, 18, and 3.
Oh, womp womp.
So, during your first day of travel, you run into no difficulties, and you set up a watch. When you reach, when the sun starts going down, it starts getting too cold to continue. While you're all, who would take the first watch on the first night?
Well,
Haiku doesn't sleep.
it would have been Haiku, yeah, because he doesn't sleep.
Okay, excellent. So you all just let Haiku take the first watch. He's wide awake. Who's taking the second watch? Or are you just leaving Haiku on watch alone all night?
I'll keep Haiku company on the second watch, I guess. Maybe he has like shit to do, or
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. So you wake up for the second watch, and about maybe 15 minutes after you're up and you've got some food in you, and you're clearly you've got the sleep out of your eyes, Haiku just kind of starts to wander off a little bit.
Yeah, I trust him. He can do his business.
Yeah. He's gone for probably 20 minutes before he comes back. Go ahead and give me a perception check if you don't mind when he comes back.
Nat 20.
Okay. So as you're looking him up and down, you realize that he's no longer carrying his blade.
Okay, I notice it. I don't say anything.
Cool. He sits back down, just sort of quietly lets the watch pass if you don't start a conversation with him. Morning comes, you take off walking again. As you're traveling through the desert, are you moving at just kind of a standard travel pace? Are you using a forced march? What's your game plan?
I would think we were probably trying to take it a little slow, expecting our friends to come trying to catch up to us from behind. At least that's what I'm thinking. No reason to push ourselves if our friends are just gonna meet up with us along the way.
Sounds good.
Also, that gives us time to work on the tattoo plans we had, a couple hours a day or whatever on the road.
Yeah, that makes sense. Plus, you're probably really hot because you're ice and it's the desert.
That's why I keep making iced tea. Iced tea will get us through.
So yeah, you listen to body count as you're making your way. I mean, no, you drink a lot of iced tea as you're making your way northward.
It was a good day.
On the second day, as the sun's starting to go down a little bit, why don't you go ahead and make sure that your tokens are in the appropriate marching order, if you don't mind, just so that I can see who is where in your group.
I can never move mine, but maybe I'm just. Oh, I got it.
If you clicked on it and then you use your arrow keys, that should do it too.
Holland, were you aiming for front? What direction are we? We're marching north.
Yeah, you're marching northward.
All right.
Is it okay if I walk next to you, or did you want to be in front?
You can walk next to me. I'm still not talking to you, though.
All right, I'll still talk to you, though. I'll just,
All right. Let's have a D20 roll from Lulu, please.
Nice.
Do I add anything to it?
Nope, just a straight up D20 roll.
12.
Okay. As you're walking along, you start to feel that you don't necessarily so much see an area that you are like a clear border, but you almost feel like as you cross the threshold of where you're standing, like this sense of doom just kind of wash over you. Like something awful is watching you.
Since I'm just talking to Alan, I will definitely just start talking about that.
Okay, and this pretty much hits all of you.
Like at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Do we know which direction it's coming from?
It seems to be coming from kind of all around. Why don't you go ahead and make a survival roll, if you don't mind, Alan?
No advantage, just plain.
You can have advantage, sure.
Good, because I need it. Yeah. That's 18.
This feeling is familiar to you. It's something you haven't felt since a long time, since you were, your youth, basically. But you're fairly certain that you've stumbled onto what's known as a deadland. It's a patch of land that is, well, for lack of a better word, scarred from the Divine War with necromantic energy. So usually nothing that dies there stays dead for long. And things, they often have a clear border, and when something inside animates, it can't wander beyond those borders. Whenever something living enters, it usually causes whatever is trapped inside to animate. The thing that strikes you as very odd about this, though, is that deadlands generally don't occur this far to the south east. They're usually up in the festering fields. You've never run into one this far southeast. But that's unusual.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor.
I would like to fly up to see if there's anything. If I
All right,
get a
excellent.
better perception.
Since we just entered this, can we just, backtrack?
I mean, you can absolutely
I'm kidding. I would have smacked.
step backward if you want to. Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check for me, Tan, and also give me a D8 check if you haven't.
I already did. I'm pretty aggressive right now. Got a 15 straight up.
It's a good thing we decided to fight the enemies then.
So,
Sorry. That's a 17.
17, excellent. So as you're looking around, you can see sticking out of the sand like some very badly broken bone fragments. Looks like they probably belonged to humanoids, but nothing looks like a complete set of remains. Like there's no complete skeleton laying around, and none of it looks like it's close enough that it could just pull together without serious magical interference. Like they're very widely scattered.
All right. I will say, I see fragments over there. They might be enemies. Should we go get them?
All right. What would everyone like to do? We have a mage armor up. We have the bone fragments being pointed out.
I mean, I'm cool if I just keep walking forward.
Yeah, but I'm holding my hammer, with both hands, just waiting, make my day.
Tan, you see them sort of pressing forward. Anything you'd like to do?
do I feel that the presence is coming from these bones?
No, it seems to be seeping upward from the land itself.
Okay, so the bones aren't being aggressive towards me.
No, it's literally the earth.
All right, I'm going to stay off the earth, so I want to keep flying, but I'll push forward with them. But I'm out. I'm like crossed arm, like looking around. Like, what's going on?
All right, so you're like a pouty Magneto flying overhead.
Yes.
And what about Charlie? Anything special that you're doing?
Peaceful tones.
No, I honestly don't even, like, it's been so freaking long since I played this character. And I'm not entirely sure, like, where we're going. Like, Sarah was not here previously, so I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, you aren't caught up on where we're going?
No.
So after you broke out of the jail cell, you had all ran back to Belsmith's Bliss, and that's where Mistress Jasmine had given Haiku this job to go up to the city of Leoni, partially to get you out of town. That's pretty much all that happened.
I think that's where I last was in game.
Right. That's pretty much all that happened. You're now in the desert heading that way.
Okay, that's where we're going now. Okay.
Yeah, you're on the way there.
Okay. Sorry, I was just super freaking confused. I wasn't even sure I was here, honestly.
Nope, yeah, you were here for that part.
No, like, I wasn't sure. The whole night I haven't been sure if I was present.
Oh, you are present.
Because you have not spoken
by
to me.
Haiku.
And I have not played in so long, I didn't know where you had stuck me.
Oh, you're with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Then no, there's nothing I would do probably to prepare.
All right, so yeah, you're all making your way through, walking along. Nothing seems to respond to it, and the entire area is probably about 300 feet or so from one end to the other. Once you get to the other side, you're immediately washed over with relief, and just a bit of confusion as to what might have caused this, what might have brought this about. These are normally only occur in a very, very specific area, so them happening outside of that area is definitely something that merits a mental note at the very least.
We had an actual map, if anyone knows any, like, I mean, is cartography its own skill, or is it just like survival? Does someone know how to mark where that was on the map?
I can recall places I've been.
Okay.
That count?
I'm sure we have a physical map of the place we're going, right?
Yeah, you do have a physical map. In order to accurately mark that map, it would require proficiency with calligraphy or with cartographer's tools. As long as somebody has that, they can absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if anyone happened to be a cartographer.
No.
Know how to add it to our map. All right.
Otherwise, you can just kind of put an X where you roughly think it probably is. And
But if you need assistance with a sham, I've got you.
I do that, Travis. I like put like I draw a little skull for like the undead
if
aura.
If anyone would be Sherlock.
Yep, drawing.
All right. Excellent. And you arrive shortly thereafter, unless you're going to continue pressing on to put more distance between yourself and that area. You arrive shortly thereafter at another safe camp, behind the shelter of a dune where you're able to set up for the night.
Cool.
I'll get back to you all. So you've traveled. You're effectively starting the second night of your travel.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just doing math on time. If we're taking our time, like how many hours per day do I get to work on this tattoo?
If you are not pushing yourself, not doing any forced marches or any of that nonsense, and basically traveling. You're basically traveling 8 hours a day would be what it boils down to. So that leaves you, 8 hours of long resting, obviously, during which you can spend 2 of them engaged in activity. And then,
okay, so 2 hours per day.
Right, but then you also have another 8 hours of the day that can be dedicated to other downtime activity.
Oh, okay.
Follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, then in that case, I'm going to finish this tattoo for Lulu on the second day then.
Excellent.
Do I have to put it in something?
Yeah, hold on. I'll give you a link to that in a second. And I'll read the little description that I wrote for it. But I need to roll to see how good I do on a tattoo, which is scary, right?
Get advantage. Use your
Where's the
advantage.
button? Yeah, no, I have that anyway. Bam. Oh, that's a 22.
You make a very beautiful and well-crafted tattoo.
Take a picture.
Which tattoo was it you were applying?
Enlarge, reduce once per day. It does require an attunement slot.
Okay. And that's just the enlarge function of enlarge, reduce.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because as much as a shrunken orc is funny, I just
Yeah.
programming that in.
No, here. I'll paste it in our little chat.
I mean, it could come in handy.
Drunken orc sounds like a euphemism.
Shrunken orc.
It does.
It does. Like a Mexican Halloween.
So how do I just add this?
I really almost just asked you what that was, and then I just said no, not going to do it.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember how to D&D Beyond.
Add items.
Hold on, here, I got it.
You can do like a custom magic item.
Yeah, I can make one.
So while all you are sorting all of that stuff out, we've got no, not Charlie. I pulled the wrong person over. Sorry, Charlie. Got Brec and Ithrin.
See, that's why I never know what the hell you're doing.
Yep, that's the reason. So, Brec and Ithrin, you are at at that mountaintop. Very cold. You're looking down. You had seen that village where you saw some people who had, bull-like heads, and you decided you were going to try to make your way down to the village, correct?
Yes, because I don't think that there is anywhere else that we can go and survive.
Yeah.
Survive is key.
You start walking down, and as you do, you can see, like as you're making your way down the path, you see the village itself sort of in almost like a depression in the top of the mountain. You can see there's various snow-covered buildings around, and you immediately catch sight of the first shack that you come to. And these 3 buildings that are, if you can see where I'm pinging here, are all kind of like almost built into the side of a lip that then dips down to the lower level of the village. Okay? And this building right here, you notice a strange glowing sign hanging out front, as if someone had taken the time to enrich it with magic and cause it to illuminate. And what is on that glowing sign that's on the front of that building there, Monarch?
It reads Monarchs. Wait, I wrote this down. Hang on. Monarchs, image tunics, and word jerkins.
Oh.
And that's written in what language?
Crap.
That is a good question. It changes. It goes from like being Albadian to Lydian And he'd probably do Calastian because, there's people down there. They're a long ways away, but there might be travelers. So yeah, if you wait long enough, it'll probably come to a language you speak.
Magic.
I speak both Lydia and Calastian, so.
Yay!
So Ithrin is just like, her little paws are trembling because she's so cold. And she's
But you're
just
not
sort of
cold
like,
anymore.
oh, I'm not. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And I made you a blanket.
The ring gives you immunity to cold.
Neat.
Oh, that's cool.
She probably still has like a little bit of a psychosomatic effect going on.
That's fair.
So she's still got the blanket wrapped around her. And just like looking at the sign, being like, huh?
This sounds like our shop. Let's go inside.
Hopefully he's got something to eat.
All right, so you two step in, and as you step into the shop, Mana, go ahead and describe yourself and your surroundings there in this
Sure.
shop.
So you see a fairly tall minotaur with these downward sweeping horns. The horns are like really intricately carved, and you'd expect a bull person to be really like ripped, right? But he's actually kind of frail. He's wearing what looks like a large painting on himself, and he's kind of messing with it. And there's a spider eye goblin next to him who's like wrestling with some stuff on it, and he's like, "No, that's not right." And it starts flashing. And it looks like there's like a hollow legionnaire doing some battle with like some undead, and there's a big dragon like in the background. Go support Dead Man's Rust.
Thank you.
And and then it just winks out, and he's like, no, it's not working right. It's not. Oh, hello. Wow, you look cold. Do you need a shirt? Wait, how about this one? And he holds one up that says God's 1, Titan 0. No, this is a little too small for you. You have the look of adventurers.
I misspoke, but
You look kind of like adventurers. I used to adventure a lot. Yeah, them were the good old days. Anyway.
So Ithrin, she's about, she's pretty short. She's probably like around 4 feet tall. She's a Slytherin, so she's a rat person. And she just has like Rob Liefeld went crazy with pouches, just all on her body. And they're just stuffed with like moss and like snake skins, like the skins that the snakes shed, pebbles, just all manner of random things from nature that she has picked up. And her clothes are pretty stained, but like when you stain something and you wash it and you wear it again, so like worn but taken care of.
Gotcha.
The comfy pants.
Yeah.
Comfy pants.
And what about Brec? Why don't you describe Brec for us?
So Brec is a tall, hollow legionnaire, Viking-looking dreadlocks. Got a horn that did not come from a minotaur for the ale and the mead and all that. Yep, just saying for my friends. And yeah, see-through, glowing blue. Really interested in that painting with his people in there. You adventure with a lot of hollow legionnaires?
No, but this one has been a really big seller lately, and I'm trying to get it so that it moves, so it looks like it's like she's actually doing battle with the undead. Once I get the sigil working right, it'll be fine.
Seems legit.
What about are any of you followers of Deneno? I've got the Earth Mother rocks around here somewhere, and there's just like piles of shirts and jerkins, and a lot of them have slogans on them and pictures.
Deneb doesn't suck, but Oh my God, where are we?
Suck.
I'm gonna look for T-shirts with Spire slogans, like through the. See if I can talk any crap about any of the other Hollow Legionnaires who aren't from the cool Spire.
You know, he hasn't made any yet, but if you have any ideas, he's always looking to branch out. And
good, adamantium wins is the starting that we should just start with that. The
all right, he starts jotting down. Okay, and then what else? What else do you got? Okay.
It's better than all the others. That's all I got. But I'll come back. We'll work on that.
So, what can I do for you today?
Can you tell us where we are?
Oh, well, you're in the. Travis, what's my village's name? I don't remember.
I don't remember the name of your village either.
You know, Dromius is right there, like just right there. The main city that I do remember.
Yeah.
Are you lost? How did you get lost up here?
I got.
You should have put the name of the city on a T-shirt.
Or in my hand so I can look at it. Oh, okay.
We got kidnapped through a portal.
Yes.
You know,
from Shelzar?
it's surprising how often that happens.
Right?
Yeah, there's assholes over there.
Yeah.
Like, it's all just assholes all the way down.
Huh. Did you just kind of just gesture everywhere? Because he would.
I pointed to where we came from.
Gotcha.
Like, over and up.
Yes, very cold ones. Yes.
You look like you've been traveling for a bit. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Why don't we? Ak, can you watch the shop? I'm going to take them over to the inn and get some. Oh, it's not. Today isn't chili day, is it? I don't think. I'm going to take you over to the inn. We'll get you something hot to eat. But if it is chili day, just avoid the chili. I don't recommend it.
I eat garbage.
Oh.
Why don't we get you some real food, girl? We'll try the chili.
I do. Trash chili. I'll lead you over to the inn if you would like to go.
Yes, please.
All right. So you all make your way to the inn. Are you going to stick with them while they get some food, or just sort of drop them off and head back to your shop?
I mean, I've never been able to keep my nose out of other people's business.
That is 100% true about this game.
Yeah, I will obviously hang out and just make sure they're good to go. And if they need help, then,
We will regale him with stories. And Brec is going to find out how to get back here and see how many T-shirts they have named after their adventures. And probably.
Right. Nice.
You gather through the discussion that you are in a range of mountains called the Titan's Home Mountains. So just let me bring up a map here real quick of where that is in relation to where you are.
It's way up there and over there, and you need to go way over that way.
No.
Yeah, you are many, many miles from your home. To the order of several hundred. So yeah, basically you're on, you know that the others were going to be going north and east to Leoni. You are currently about between 400 and 600 miles to the northwest of Leoni.
So, Monarch, do you know any good portals around here?
I mean, kind of. So, the Sovereign Mother doesn't really want a portal built in the inner city because, I mean, if people can teleport into your city, then it's not really secure, right? But they are building one in the outer city, but it's not done yet. Where are you trying to get to?
Shelzar. And so she'll
that
hold up a
sounds-
book, like a really nice, really well-bound book, and be like, I need to study. I don't have time for this.
Well, if you just need to study, they have quiet rooms upstairs. You can just get an inn or get a room in the inn, and just don't eat the chili on
Just don't eat the chili.
Balsameth Day, because you'll be sorry, and everyone in the room will be sorry, and you'll be sorry the next day too.
Is it cheap?
Yeah. Wait, the chili or the room?
Oh.
I mean, both are fairly inexpensive.
How
If you
much
go
more
into
time?
inner city, what's that?
Oh, Ithrin, how much more time do you need on that book?
I need 31 hours.
What are you trying to do?
Become a better druid?
Oh, yeah.
Like, in a
I'm a
nutshell.
terrible druid.
I can teach you.
Friend.
All you got to do is read that book.
I mean, when I'm done with it, you can have it.
What? I will. I'll trade you. I'll give you some like bird jerkins or some image tunics.
You have ones that would help me hide. We're from Shelzar, but we got in some trouble.
This little light like blinks above his head and then slowly lights up, and he's like, like moving ink camouflage tunics. That is such a good idea.
Pierce Brosnan era James Bond tunics.
There you go. Yes.
Exactly.
Well, there would be 2 days. You basically need 2 days with that book if we don't travel. When are we expected in that place 400 miles away?
Well, it's going to take them at least if they were to go to Leoni, which was the last you knew is where they were going. It would take them probably about 9 or 10 days on foot from Shelzar.
So we can stay 2 days, go to the portal, and play Ring Around the Rosie again, right? Maybe?
As long as you can get somebody that can activate the portal, yes.
Yeah, we need...
Yeah, the portal's not really done yet, but...
Well, there's a portal up there. It's just surrounded by assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But we mostly killed the assholes.
Mostly,
Well,
yes.
I could do a workaround. So what I could do is I could take you to see Ursus, and Ursus could probably send us to... You're going to... Where did you say?
Leoni.
Yeah.
It's there, too.
Yeah, whichever of those places you want to go to, I bet you we could then go from there to from Ursus. But we'll have to go to the outer city and pick up the components for it.
Monica, make a wisdom check, please.
Uh-oh. Just straight wisdom?
Yeah, just a straight wisdom check. 18, not bad. So it occurs to you that it might be a terrible idea for you to go to Leoni.
Well, I mean, I at least know where Leoni is very well. So I know I could get them there with my magic, but...
Right, you just might not want to accompany them.
I gotta shift elsewhere and then come back. And, since I go and hang out with Ursus every so often now, might as well. They can't possibly remember me there.
Sounds like a great story.
I'm sure it's going to be fine.
You stole a genie lamp from the Hunter's Library. They remember you. Just saying.
I'll put a hat on. They won't recognize me.
Because of all the Minotaur traffic they get through there.
Right.
So yeah, well, that sounds like a solid plan. So you're going to bed down for a couple days. That will give Monarch a chance to gather whatever components he needs, right?
Yeah.
And what do you need for that plane shift spell?
I'll need to go and pick up like a good 5 or 6 honey pots of honey.
Oh, right, yeah.
And really, that's all I need because I've got the rest.
Excellent. So while
you don't show up to Ursus without honey, so
it's true. So while they're relaxing in the inn, you're going to collect some honey from Dromius. Probably will be your closest place to get it. Is Ithrin doing anything but studying during those 2 days?
Like eating, sleeping, basic life maintenance stuff, but other than that, she's
just cramming.
Just got her nose in the.
All right, go ahead and make your adjustments to your character sheet accordingly. You have completed the book. Congratulations. What was Brec be doing during all this downtime while you're waiting for Ithrin to get done reading and waiting?
Well, I was tattooing Tan, but I'm missing a body, so it's kind of incomplete at the moment. Probably going to be nosy around the village, talk to people, and offer tattooing services, but probably small flash art because we're getting out of here soon.
Okay. They actually introduce you to some of their local tattooists as well. Tattooing is done a little differently in Minotaur society, generally speaking. They don't
I would
so
love
much
to learn that.
Yeah, they don't
it's
so
all
much
for
do tattoos as they do like carvings into the horns.
Mm-hmm.
But you're proficient with tattooist supplies, so basically, why don't you go ahead and give me an intelligence check, and you can apply your tattooist supplies proficiency bonus to it. So if you have like expertise with them or something like that, if it's doubled, that would apply too. Otherwise, it's just a proficient intelligence check.
Okay. 12 plus 5, 17.
Okay. So yeah, during the time that you have, because it's not that dissimilar of a technique, you learn the technique sufficiently that you would be able to perform magic tattoos on a Minotaur if you needed to.
That is awesome.
For the regular tattoo.
You probably actually noticed too with that roll that like a bunch of the etchings on his horns are tattoos. Like he has ghost hand, he has something else.
As soon as I learned it, I'm going to be like really awkwardly staring at all sets of horns going through this village. Like, nice. Oh, I like that. Good job.
Right.
As soon as Ithrin finally completes her study of the book and gets Wisdom 19, she'll give it to Modoc.
Oh, Monarch. Yeah.
Monarch. Although Ithrin does not know that part of the item description is the manual then loses its magic but regains it in a century.
Yeah, it'll be fine. He'll have some light reading to do for a while.
She'll just be like, I'm done with it. You can have it now.
What kind of shirts do you want?
Did you figure out those camouflage shirts?
I don't know, did I? Let's find out.
What would you use to do that? Like,
he's been futzing with prestidigitation to try and get like the things to move around, but then like embedding it so it stays. But he hasn't figured it out yet. Not with the 10.
Probably not. No.
It's complicated.
What about fake tattoo sleeves?
What's that?
What about fake magic tattoo sleeves?
I love it. That's awesome. Again, that light bulb goes off. He's like, that's amazing. He starts jotting the stuff down.
We got to hang out more often, Monarch.
Right?
All right. Well, as you're all working on those things, then I will get back to you shortly. Back in the desert, coming up to the third day, you get up, you start your movement again, and at the top of that third day, why don't you go ahead and give me a D20 check there, Holland?
With advantage, right?
No, this is just a straight up regular D20 roll. Did you get one?
Yes, I got a 1.
Oh no!
So you're walking through the desert. It's hot. It's been a couple days out there, so we'll have everyone who's not an ironbred go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw just to see if you pick up some exhaustion from traveling in this rough weather.
Do you add anything to that?
Your Constitution modifier.
I got a 2. Oof, tan.
At 15.
Okay.
22.
Right.
What if I give a little to Tan?
And Charlong, you can. Well, no, you cannot make this a disadvantage because you're using your iced tea. All right, so Charlong and Tan both suffer 1 level of exhaustion from the heat.
Because we're walking next to each other?
You're flying.
I am fine. No, is it still evil down below?
No. You got way past that area. This is just because you're walking through the hot-ass desert.
I was flying because it was evil.
Yeah, you would have landed by that time. And as you know, the sweats are starting to kick in, and Tan and Charlong are starting to lag behind a little bit. You start to see some dark clouds start to roll
In the sky or through the desert?
in. And these clouds are unusual in that not only are they particularly thick and dark, but they are almost purplish in color. Why don't you go ahead and give me a survival check there again, Milena? This time it
Would
is
this
survival.
be familiar for any reason?
You can
anyone?
roll Arcana. So we'll have Charlie roll Arcana. We'll have Milena roll survival with advantage.
Nat 20.
Beautiful.
Oh,
And
I have a plus
18 for survival.
Excellent. So the two of you come to a similar conclusion pretty much at the same time. And this is another phenomenon that you've only heard of, Charlie, and you've, again, not seen outside of the festering fields, Holland. And this is what's known as a dark storm. Dark storms come on suddenly, first starting as a slight darkening of the sky and then rapidly expanding from a central point, opening in the sky like an iris. They impose disadvantage on survival checks, and they are typically between 1 to 2 square miles in size. They don't move with the wind. Everything in the area, once the storm begins, is lightly obscured, and creatures in the area have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight. The heavy rain that pours down extinguishes open flames and imposes disadvantage on checks that rely on hearing. They persist for a minimum of 1 hour, and then there's a chance that they continue. But the worst part of the dark storm isn't the rain or the lack of illumination. The worst part is that they have a vitality leeching effect to them. Anyone who's directly exposed to the storm needs to make a Constitution saving throw or suffer exhaustion. And this has to be repeated every 10 minutes.
Oof.
And you see the clouds starting to spread out from that point, coming your direction.
Can we walk around it?
I mean, it's a couple of miles wide. You can adjust your travel at this point, but you're going to get caught in it at least for a little while. So you'd have to move out of the affected area and then move around.
Yeah.
I think we should do that, Charlie. What do you think? Because I talked to Charlie because she's the only one that didn't bail on me.
I don't know what else we'd do. I mean, we probably can't even turn around fast enough to get out of it, right?
No,
yeah, so we just basically bolt that way and get through it as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, passing through it as quickly as possible makes the most sense. There's no reason to go through it and then still be on the other side.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If I have immunity to all damage, does that do anything?
No, exhaustion is not damage related.
It's not damage related? Okay.
Exhaustion tracks differently than sources of damage. The only thing that you could do without leaving the area would be if you could set up some sort of temporary shelter to keep the wind, keep the water out.
Yeah, I was wondering about that when you were talking, but it sounded like that would be very difficult with all of the other conditions.
Yeah, it would need to be something that would stand up to the winds. Though the winds aren't that severe, it's really it would have to stand up to the onslaught of like a downpour of rain more than wind, I suppose. A well-pitched tent could probably do it. You just have to probably do some maintenance on it throughout the course of the storm to keep the water weight from crashing the tent down.
Would I be able to craft something like that? Because now I have proficiency with Tinker's tools.
Tinker's tools are more for like creating like smaller objects, everything from like a little clockwork to like a firearm.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything that provides any natural cover at all?
No, you're in a big open desert. If you had a way of burrowing out some of the sand, you might be able to.
Cart?
You do have the cart.
We don't have the cart. Do we have the cart? I thought we didn't have the cart because we failed.
You left the cart. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we got snuck out. So we basically have like whatever we had.
I have rope.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could someone like tie some bedrolls together and like make a tent?
If you have like explorers packs and stuff, those generally have a tent in them.
Hold on, do I have an explorer's pack? I don't think I had.
So who votes for like just bolting through it as fast as possible, and who votes for pitching a tent?
Sorry.
What was your D8 for the day, Tori?
Oh God!
That's my favorite part of this game.
Same thing. Okay, I'm still pretty upset about.
Okay, so you're not going to default to pitching a tent, then that's good.
No, but I am exhausted. So if anyone wants to pick my ass up and run, you can try.
I mean, I wouldn't, but sure.
You start feeling a couple of water drops as you're sitting around having a conversation.
Before that happens, is it possible for me to build basically an umbrella with shaped water and freezing it?
Sure. Do you mean like an umbrella that you... I mean, you could build a semicircular disc, I suppose, of water that's like 5 feet across, right? What's the rate? Mm-hmm. What's the radius on shape?
Yeah, like 5 feet.
Right. So yeah, literally like
a square's worth of cover, worth of ice sheet.
You could do that.
I'm gonna duck under that and run.
All right.
And I will hold my shield over my head.
Excellent.
And I'll let Charlie grow. I will let Charlie go on my back because she's a small cat. So I'm gonna hold the shield on top of both of us. If she wants to, I won't make you, Charlie. Obviously.
So you're gonna ride the iron bread?
I appreciate that. My peoples don't like the water.
I can carry Tan if she's not flying, but all I have is a little pot to hold over my head.
I will hold my war fan and my wings over you.
All right, there we go. Then I can carry her.
Excellent. So those of you who are under some sort of cover, so basically everyone except for Tan, can make this check with advantage. But you need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I got a 5.
I got 21.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get to add my Constitution. I got a 7.
Excellent.
What did I need to roll?
Constitution save with advantage.
I was reading character sheet and went bye-bye.
No, that's fine.
With advantage?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been nice if that would have fucking mattered. 9.
Okay. So Charlie, you take a level of exhaustion.
I won't.
Lulu, you take a level of exhaustion. What did you get, Tan? And your Constitution save?
I got a 12.
You take another level of exhaustion.
I'm a higher level of exhausted than I am Tam.
And what did you get, Alan?
21.
Where do you add exhaustion again?
So you're fine.
Conditions.
Yep, conditions. So you should be at 2 levels of exhaustion, Tan. Everybody else at 1.
Except for me, I'm at 0.
Right.
Because I'm so tough. You guys wish you were my friends.
Tan is half speed, right? From level 2.
Half speed, and I think that's the only problem. I think then the next one is it starts affecting attacks.
Okay, guys. I am riding.
You all get outside of the area, shake the water off. As you get outside, and have the time to sort of like shake off the things you've been covering yourselves with, you can see this water has like a grayish, ashy sort of quality to it. It's very gross and repugnant. It's unpleasant as shit. But you also see there's like a visible line of where the water is falling. Like you can walk up and stick your hand in this storm if you
like a Florida rain.
Right. Yeah. And it doesn't seem to be moving at all, despite the fact that there's kind of a slight gentle breeze on the air.
Charlene should mark it on the map.
I think Chan goes to punch some of the rain. Like, no.
You try, but you're really tired, and that sounds like a lot of work. So do you want to try to walk around at this point, or do you want to stop and camp given the exhaustion that everyone is suffering?
I feel like this thing is not moving, you said, but like we shouldn't be near it when we camp, right?
I mean,
we should probably try to put some distance.
It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. As far as you know, they do not move once they reach their outer boundaries.
And it's not the kind of thing where, like, on average, they last 12 hours. They usually
last an hour.
Okay. So we're not looking at it being all night long. It could move.
Right.
Yeah.
It could disappear within an hour.
And we've already wasted time going through it. So
right. It already probably took you 10 minutes to get out of it once it kicked off.
All right. Let us set up camp then, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it like right on top of it, but yeah.
Yeah.
You back up, and are you going to try to take a short or a long rest?
Well, long rest is the only thing that does anything for exhaustion, right?
Sure is.
So
long rest.
All right.
Can we click it?
You may all take a long rest. Surprisingly, the storm still rages by the time you have completed your long rest. It takes about another 20 minutes once you've finished like eating your morning meal and doing your daily preparations before the storm finally subsides. The sand through that entire area is extremely soggy and is effectively difficult terrain. Those of you who had a level of exhaustion may remove 1 level of exhaustion as a result of taking a long rest. Now you have this area that is 2 miles across. of basically soggy mud in front of you.
But don't I have like avoid difficult terrain or something?
Yeah, you can
It's
avoid.
like you and
difficult-
5 of your friends can avoid difficult terrain or something, and then
Right. So what that basically means is you have the sense to walk around areas of difficult terrain.
walking into quicksand for us.
So yeah, if you go around, it'll add like half a day to your travel. Oh, not even that. It'll add like 2 hours to your travel.
I feel like
yeah, then we
can
do
walk
that.
around it probably.
2 hours, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You continue on your journey. Why don't you go ahead and give me one more D20 roll there, Holland?
Yes. 10.
Beautiful. The remainder of your trek through this area is relatively uneventful, and as the sun is starting to go down on the 4th day of travel, you see a series of tents up ahead in various bright, loud colors. It's like as if someone dropped 20 rainbows on the edge of the desert. For a moment, you may even mistake it for a mirage, but as you hear the braying laughter of several townsfolk and shawms, lutes, and horns of the local bard population, it occurs to you that you have come close. You're approaching now one of the spokes of the Iron Court. It certainly does not look to the rest of you like some massive nomadic city, and you can spot right away, Alan, that this is only one of the 5 neighborhoods that makes up the Iron Court, so they must be divided at the moment. The village will often, in times either where high trade is necessary or in times of danger, the 5 spokes of the Iron Court will separate and go in different directions and then re-meet up at another place. But from the sound of it, it doesn't sound like there's anything immediately problematic. Is there anything you would like to do or anything you'd like to say to your companions before you make your way up to the Ironbread settlement?
Nope.
You start making your way up close. I'll get back to you. Back in the village that starts with a G, I can't remember the name of, that's very close to Dramius. Back near Monarch's crib.
Garthram.
Garthram, thank you.
I looked it up.
Appreciate it. So back in Garthram, you, Monarch, have gathered your honey. Ithrin has finished the book and given it to you, and Brec, you've learned some about tattoos. Once you have all those items together and all those things together, what would you like to do, Monarch?
Whenever they're ready, I'll take them to where they need to go.
Do you have any tunics that say someone that loves me came to this village and all I got was this lousy tunic? I will take 6 of those, please.
I mean, I have one that says that we lived in an alternate reality and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Oh, I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Okay. It's weird. I actually made a bunch of them and no one buys those.
What?
I don't know why.
6, please. 7, excuse me.
Can I have a shirt that says I speak for the trees?
That's
awesome. I think I actually have one of those too. Hang on. Yeah. Absolutely.
Wonderful. You acquire some t-shirts and perform your ritual. Now, as you see Monarch moving this magic around, why don't you both go ahead and make Arcana checks if you don't mind.
9.
9?
13 plus 5, 18.
Beautiful. Well, 9, you have no idea what's going on, except that it's neat, Ithrin.
I feel like Ithrin ate the chili, and she's just like,
Aww.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. You warned me. It's fine. It's my fault.
He warned you.
Now, with the 18, however, Brec, you put together, this is very high-level magic that is being cast to the point where it's a little frightening, for lack of a better word, the amount of power that is being sort of slopped around at this point. You recognize this as being a spell that's very far beyond what you're capable of doing. It's not designed to move you through space so much as it is designed to move you literally through the planes themselves. Which is, as far as you know, magic that only the gods are capable of.
So I'm going to do the vet thing and be like, because when veterans bring out the big gun, we go, get it! Even if it's really scary, we're like, yeah, do it! And we'll just be scared back here, but completely supportive.
And Monarch, are you taking them inside or outside when you go there?
Like, where are we landing, or are we going to stop by and say hi?
Right. Are you going to stop by?
I mean, you have to stop by and say hi. It's just rude to not stop by and say hi. And that is why I have at least 2 pots of honey for each of us. So
very good. As Monarch finishes his spell, you feel the world sort of start to sharpen into like this ultimate perception of everything. For the briefest of moments, you have a concept of what it is, of like what your place is among the universe itself, and your size and your relation to the universe itself, and how really ultimately infinitesimal you are in the grand scope of things. And you may find that incredibly unsettling, or you may find that comforting. I leave that to you, but you get a somewhat accurate picture of your own scale with regards to the universe around you.
I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook.
Exactly that. And
a lot easier to hide than I assumed.
And then that is followed by a bright flash of light, which is then followed by the chirping of birds and a cool breeze on your face as you arrive next to a babbling brook. Everything around you looks to be absolutely pristine. The air smells perfect. The temperature feels perfect on your flesh. Brec, you experience. You never would have noticed this if you hadn't come here, but you get the feeling as if you are almost as if like one of your senses had been dried up and denied to you for a time, and that it is just returning now for the first time. With your sense of touch, almost as if reality has been deadened to you up until this moment, and now that you're here, you are returned to perception of that and the ability to notice that.
We'll look over at Monarch and be like, Nice, bro. And I'm gonna go fill her up.
I'm going to gesture at the honey pots. You're going to need those.
Okay.
The 3 nymphs come up out of the water and say, "Oh, Monarch, welcome back."
Oh, I brought friends.
"Oh, hello, friends."
Hello.
Hi.
This is Brec and this is Ithrin.
They giggle at one another.
The honey's for?
What's that?
Is this who the honey's for? Because I'm gonna give them all the honey.
No, well,
Oh, okay.
crap. I didn't think to bring you presents. Hang on, I got something somewhere, and I start rooting through my sacks, and I'll find some like shirts to give them. There's a lot of. Actually, I know which ones. So, like, I look through and I pull out ones of Ursus, like sitting there with a big honey pot, and his face is stuck in it, and I'm sure they just like giggle and laugh.
They they take them and chuckle a little bit, and they say, "You know, we don't wear these." And
I mean, I just that's all I got with me. Sorry.
yeah, it's a beautiful gift. Thank you. And they fade back into the water, pulling your shirts down into the water with them, where they are no doubt getting soggy and possibly leaking right now. It's
Kind of like underwater.
All the dye is just going off into the...
And to the south, you see this cave mouth.
I'll hoist my pots and gesture for them to follow.
Follow.
All right. As you're making your way into the cave, you see a massive bear sitting inside.
Yeah, that token is way too small.
Token is way too small. Allow me to fix that.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
He's sitting there and he looks up and you hear almost like that subsurface rumble of a growl starting. Oh, goodness me, I'm tired. Oh, Monarch, hello.
Hello, Ursus. And I'll go up and just bury my head in his fur.
Oh, it is so good to see you. Did you bring me any gifts?
I did, and I have friends that brought you more.
Ah, I like friends with gifts. He takes one of the honey pots out of your hand and just sticks his face in it. Oh, friend.
Sorry, Ursus breaks me every time. This is Ithrin, and this is Brec. We're just stopping by.
I would like Ithrin and Brec to both make religion or history checks, whichever they prefer.
Oh boy.
8.
Excellent. You have no idea who this is.
I think Ithrin is really concerned that this bear might eat her, and so just doesn't have room in her brain for anything else.
15.
You have heard stories of Ursus the Bear, and it's a little concerning to you that you are where they are. Ursus the Bear was an awakened animal during the Divine War who fought on the side of the gods so bravely that when the war was over, they granted him immortality in the stars. He's one of the constellations that hangs in the sky of Guardland. He's associated with healing and healing knowledge and knowledge of herbalism.
And thanks to our game, I will never not think of him as Winnie the Pooh. Yep.
He says, "So, what are these different flavors of honey by chance, or is this all one big selection of the same honey?"
That one over there should be honeysuckle, and there should be a lavender one here. Oh,
do you have any
they
more
were
of
trying
that Julka weed infused honey that you brought before?
I pull out an extra jar and set it down.
Just out of the random pocket.
It's very nice. It helps when it comes to hibernation time.
You do realize there is no way that jar fit in that bag that he has, but he pulled it out anyway.
I lean over to Ithrin. You know who that is, right?
I'm just trying not to get eaten.
You should go touch him.
Go touch him.
Should go touch. It's Ursa, and I'm going to tell her that's the one with the stars, and he was the nice bear, right? He helped them win the war, and he got. Go touch him. You're druid.
He likes it when you scratch him like this.
Brec's gonna scratch.
I will copy what you're doing and just be like right behind the ears.
Oh, okay. All right. That's very nice.
Like, does anything happen when Ithrin touches him?
You feel better in the sense that like any minor aches or pains that you're experiencing effectively dissipate. Any sort of physical unease just drifts away. It's an absence of pain and discomfort physically when you touch it.
Oh, you're a nice bear. You were never gonna eat me. That was a stupid thing to worry about.
I do not eat anything sentient, but especially Slytherin.
No. Paul.
We have a good friend named Scrib. Scrib was always coming up here too. Have you seen Scrib lately?
No, I've not seen Scrib. The last time I
should
saw
go see her.
Scrib, she was here asking me about how to get into the city of Brass, and I did give her directions. You might want to check on her, in fact. Told her it wasn't a very good idea. But she did bring me honey.
Great Ursa, may I ask you a question?
You may. But please, make it quick. I was awake. I was not awake. It's hibernation season. Yes?
So if there's a person who becomes a different person and kind of becomes many people over time and goes back to being the person that they are, have you heard of that and know how to help them?
I don't have any idea what you are talking about. You've lost me completely.
Wonderful. Brec still doesn't know what's wrong with Tan, but only knows what she told him, which was that sometimes she's different and sometimes she's not, and that's all he has. So where we started.
She says, do you mean someone who shares multiple people inside of one mind?
Yes, I do, in fact.
I see. Is this...
Monarch visibly shudders at this point.
Is this a curse or a spell, or are they possessed by a spirit, perhaps?
Perhaps. I know this was not something they did to themselves.
You should seek out a practitioner of the Ushandi.
Ushandi.
Yes. They will help you. Speakers with spirits. They revere me. They also give sacrifice of honey. Though not often, they don't bring it, which is far more inconvenient, I might add.
For shame.
Someone should do something about that. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm very full. I think, is there anything else, Mona? And he starts to, nod off.
Right. We're just going to go rest in the trees outside if that's all right.
Oh, yeah, make yourselves at home.
So I forgot to mention we have to rest here for a little bit. I can't do that spell all the time. So if you guys just want to hang out, look at the trees.
I mean, this is a really nice place.
Yep. Brec's gonna feel the trees with the new touch sensations. Like, has it always felt like this? Is it just me? Ithrin, come feel the tree.
So Brec's like a college student who took acid for the first time. Feel this tree!
Just petting it.
Was it always like this? Did I just not?
Did the trees always breathe?
Kinda?
So you just do this all the time? Like this is druid stuff?
Yeah, you want to go on a hike?
Yeah.
Cool, let's go.
Okay.
You can come too if you want. Maybe on the Monarch.
Yeah, I'll do that. As I verify that I can't just get the spell right back. Nope, we gotta wait.
So yeah, you go on a hike and check out the area, and it's really the longer you spend up there, the more you realize that this is a reflection of what Gelspad is rumored to have been before the Divine War. Supposedly, before the Divine War started, everywhere looked like this. And this is what was lost in that conflict.
Ithrin will gush over whatever small scraps of foliage she comes across, like, oh, these berries, they're blackberries, they're so fat and sweet, let's eat them. And like, oh, here's some mint, this is good in a tea.
Oh, I'm going to miss my partner so bad when you say tea.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, they're out there doing tattoos and they're amazing. I can feel them from here.
So tell me about this friend that you have that has multiple people.
So what had happened was, and I'm going to edit the stories because she is my friend and I love her, but I'm going to tell him some of the craziness. Not the Juggalo story. We're not talking about
So what does it boil down to? Like, why is...
So she wakes up in the morning and you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes you just, she's real tired and that's fine. And then sometimes she wants to cuddle real hard, but like the fun way, but we're friends. So we don't do that. And then there's other times where she's real angry and you just keep all the sharp objects away. And then there's other times where she eats a lot, which works for Ithrin likes to eat a lot too. And so do some of our other friends. So, you know, we have other friends who like to battle. And so the day she wakes up and wants to battle, it fits.
I'm not gluttonous. I'm just food insecure.
Nice.
It's a hobby.
So, Travis, does this sound like what happened to Rem, or is it similar or completely different?
That's a fair enough comparison. It's a fair enough basis for comparison. Yeah. Your first thought might very well be that she's been exposed to some sort of satanic corruption.
Yeah. Like when she brought it up earlier, I was like, ugh. I had a friend. I mean, I didn't know him for long, but they were. So we were in Leoni of all places, right? And we were in, the museum or whatever it's called. It's all the stuff. And we were just, looking at things, and we weren't going to steal anything. That wasn't the plan.
Never is.
At first. But then these guards showed up, and my friend ate them with his sword.
I see.
Does your friend ever do that?
No.
Well,
not yet.
Okay, that's good.
No. Clarify for me what eating someone with a sword is. Like knife, fork, sword, or
no,
or just
I feel like he gets this like far away PTSD look on his face, and he shudders. He's like, so this darkness came out of the sword and folded them up like little paper people into these little goopy mushes, and then they went into the sword.
Is that why you moved to the mountains?
I still have nightmares about it.
Oh, Ithrin's gonna give you a hug. It'll be okay.
Oh, thank you.
It'll be okay.
I'm concerned that your friend might don't, especially if you're going to Leoni. Just be careful. I don't know if it was something there that set him off. But
Like, is there a way we can fix her that you know of?
well, some of my other friends just tried to kill my friend Rem. That probably would have done it. But
We don't want to kill her because she's pretty cool when she's not influenced by Titanic corruption.
well, that's what I thought about Rem.
Like, she's a
too.
really cool drinking buddy.
Laying in the
Really
cart,
cool.
you know, she's fun entertainment. It's good.
I mean, I banished Rem, but that only lasts for like a minute. And then he came back, and so they tried to kill him again. So he ran away, and then we had to catch up with him, and we don't remember what happened at the end.
What if we killed her, but it was temporary?
And
Because
that came up.
eventually I can reincarnate her. And that might actually help, like a lot. Except for
might.
the dying part.
Yeah, I don't know if she'd be down for that.
Yeah, Rem wasn't very
I
down
don't
with
want to
being
kill
killed.
someone without their
Imagine.
consent. That's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, agreed. We'll mull it over, but
Yeah.
keep an eye out in Leoni. Appreciate the warning.
Yeah, especially if you have to go into the museum.
Museum. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And guards might set it off too.
You know, and we, have a history with that. That's good to know.
Well, armed with this new, not necessarily comforting knowledge.
Right, not at all. Where's the hug, Ithrin? I might need one.
Right? Group hug. Group hug.
You have a big group hug and get some rest.
Hugs feel different now too, guys, just so you know.
And the next morning, are you going to plane shift with them and then just leave Leoni as quickly as possible physically, or are you going to just send them down?
Yeah, I'll probably go see Yarum because he's off that way.
Right on. Okay. Just kind of drop them like on the stall road and be like, "Oh, you go that way. I'm going to go not that way."
Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Beautiful. And so
it's not that I'm like not allowed in Leoni, but they don't really want me there, and they called it a restraining order or something.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Oh, yeah, that's why I can't go back to Calastathan.
Really?
So yeah,
Here's the carrier pigeon number. Let me know how those fake tattoo sleeves go if you need any spells. We'll be back to t-shirts, adamantine spire rolls.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And you are back on the material plane. As soon as you find your way back to the material world, you both suffer from, the shock. Imagine it's almost like, waking up in the Wizard of Oz and all of the color has been taken away. It probably hits Brec harder than it does Ithrin. Because you
I don't know. Ithrin ate the chili.
Any discomfort from the chili would have been eliminated when you arrived in Mesos's.
And when we snuggled with the bear.
But yeah, just the realization of just how bad things really are on Skarn sort of sets in with you. Return back. And the rest of you are making your way into the Iron Court, and that's where we'll pick things up in 2 weeks' time. Yes, 2 weeks' time?
I will give them another hug before we part ways, and I'm just like, don't worry, it will all get better. We're all still alive.
Excellent. Yeah, that's where we'll wrap things up. So, any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about tonight's session?
I love Jeremy's character.
Yeah, this is fun.
I do miss Monarch.
And you talked about Yarum and Rum, and I listened to Myths and Matchmakers when I run.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's hilarious to see you in person after like hearing the voice, because I listen on Spotify. So that was awesome.
Yay. Thanks for having me.
So, it was a blast to have you here. We'll have to do this again sometime. While I'm thinking of it, since we have the special guest, let's have the special guest start off with telling us all of your pertinent details, please. Who you are, who you're playing.
Well, I'm
what you
Jeremy.
know,
Yeah, I'm Jeremy. He, him, playing Monarch. Also, he, him. Go pick up the... Oh, man, I forgot what it's called. Yugman's Guide to Gelspad Part 5 to see the Minotaurs. And he's a Spirit Walker Sorcerer, which is in Part 3? Wait, I checked this beforehand, just so I could make sure I was right, and then I forgot.
But one thing I'll tell you while Jeremy's looking that up is one of the add-ons at the Dead Man's Rest Kickstarter is you can actually add on all of Yugman's Guide to Gelspad and all of Visual Watch as one of the many add-ons that are on that Kickstarter, which it looks like we've gotten another $100 or so at the Kickstarter during the course of the stream. So yay!
Nice!
Yay!
If any of you in the sound of my voice are responsible for that, thank you. If you're not, go back it. What are you waiting for?
Do it.
Do it. And Jeremy, when you're not here, where can people find you?
I'm on your other show on
That's
Mondays, Scarlands and Family Fair at 1. What time do we play? 3 o'clock Eastern.
3 o'clock Eastern, yeah, 1 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
Every Monday.
And
that's been a fun show this week.
It's true. It's true. There's a lot of people dying in that episode or that series. I worked on Frostlands and Fenrir, so please go check that out and buy it and then write stuff for it because it's going to be amazing. And publish it on Saretian Vault. You can find me on Twitter at WHPubs and here on Twitch at WH Publications.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
it
you.
was an honor and a pleasure, and it was good to catch up with Monarch. I have missed him.
And Ursus.
And Ursus. It's so rare that I get to do a shitty Winnie the Pooh impression. So I appreciate the opportunity to do that. So next up, let's go with Brec. Go ahead and give us your pertinence, please.
Hi, my name's Roz. I'm she, her. I play Brec, he, him. Think did a better job with the lower voice today. I always forget that part. I'm in the Air Force, not the Space Force. It's way cooler. And just play here with all my friends. That's all I got.
Well, thank you for your service, and thank you for playing with all of your friends, because we have a great time having you here. Next up, we've got Ithrin. Go ahead and give us your pertinence, please.
Hey, my name is Rachel. I play Ithrin. We're both she, her. You can find me Stolen Fire pretty much everywhere. I run a Changeling game that Tori plays in on the Onyx Path channel. We just wrapped up our 3rd season 2 weeks ago. We're going to start our 4th season tomorrow. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be Victorian Changelings in England.
Ooh.
Maybe England, maybe they travel. We'll see. And so that's going to be tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern time on the Onyx Path channel. So come check us out there. It should be good times.
Beautiful. Definitely do check that out. And if you haven't yet done so, head over to the Onyx Path, twitch.tv/the Onyx Path, and subscribe so that you know when we're going live and all that fun jazz. So you don't miss any episodes of Changeling Last Fairy Tale or any of the other awesome programming that's on that channel. Next up, we have Lulu. Please give us your pertinence.
I am Allie DeVries, she, her, and Lulu is also she, her. And I don't do anything exciting like everybody else here. So that's all. I was hoping to smash some stuff. We just got eaten by rain. We're ready.
That sounds so good. I wanted to punch it. I got ate by the weather.
But you got a badass tattoo.
That's true. That's true. I wanted to use it. I was like, what if I enlarge and then run? I was like, oh, what if there's bad guys later?
That's the worst part about having new magic items. You're like, I can do this cool thing once.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
Is it time to do the thing? Yeah.
Right. Wink at me.
Excellent. And then next up, that brings us to Alan. Alan, please give us your pertinent details.
Hi guys, I'm Milena, she, her. I play Alland, who is also she, her. I'm still having beef with everybody except for Charlie and Haiku, who unfortunately was not here today. In real life, I play D&D with you guys. No, in real life, I'm an artist. And I worked with Mike on the Fenrir book for D&D, and that was so fun. So pick that up if you haven't yet. And yeah, go back the Kickstarter if you haven't, please, because I love Travis and we need it to be like awesome. So do it.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet. Next up, we have Charlung. Charlung, please give us your pertinence.
I'm Corey. They, them, Charlung, also they, them. The wizard, sorcerer, tattoo artist. And my thing is being a video game programmer where I work on a roguelike game called Caves of Cud, which is like extremely like story driven, kind of dungeon crawlery, old school RPG with like retro graphics. It's pretty fun. Check it out. I dropped a link in Twitch.
As I say, that's on Steam and whatnot too. So
yeah, Steam and itch.io and all the places where you can get games.
Real easy to find. Next up, we have Tan. Give us your pertinence, please.
Hi, I am Tori Clark, which is she, her, and Tan is also she, her, or demon. I don't know. I feel like something bad's really going to happen. I'm excited. And yeah, I'm going to be playing Changelings tomorrow, 6:30 my time, 9:30 everybody else's time. And I am doing just a little bit of just behind the scenes like stunt work, but it's going to be fun. I'm excited to, end December, end 2020, and then start 2021 off with a bang. Let's see what happens.
Nice. Sweet. So can you talk about the stunt work?
A little bit. Star Wars fans are going to like it because there's a Star Wars influencer who was in one of the first new movies that are going to be really involved in the choreography, but I can't really state anything officially, but it's going to be an LA-based fun spy influence with a person that is known for their Star Wars work.
Oh, sweet. I look forward to it. I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. And that's awesome. Sweet. Congratulations. We'll keep an eye out on it. And as soon as you can talk about it, you have to let us know where to find it, please. And then last but most certainly not least, that leaves us with Charlie. Charlie, give us your pertinence, please.
I am Sarah Scharnenberg. I am she, her. And Charlie is also she, her. When I'm not playing over here, I also have a YouTube channel. I'm a writer and I do videos about writing and live streams where we do like writing sprints, and that's pretty much it. There you go.
Sweet.
And what about you, Travis?
Oh, that does leave me, doesn't it? All right, so I am Travis Legg. Him. I am responsible for this shit show, and when I'm not responsible for this shit show, I run all the other shit shows on this channel.
You do have a lot of shit shows.
I am a shit show master. I'm a shit show coordinator. Composer of shit shows.
Maestro.
Maestro of shit shows, even, I might say.
I hate that.
Yeah, so I run streams. When I'm not doing that, I write role-playing games and develop role-playing games. many of which for Onyx Path, including the currently on Kickstarter Dead Man's Rest. Please go back it. I will be playing here again on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern for Scarred Lands: A Family Affair. And then on Tuesday, looks like 11 a.m. Eastern, we're going to be running the Battle of Corian's Trod on the Onyx Path channel, in which I will be assembling a crew of brave Hollow Legionnaires to stand and try to hold a small pass from the onslaught of the Necromancers of Glivodatel to give the people back in Citadel enough time to prepare for the siege. So any of you who are maybe history buffs or have seen a Frank Miller movie might find that plot somewhat familiar. And I promise you it's going to end the same way. So if you want to watch me mercilessly slaughter some Hollow Legionnaires who are looking for glory, that will be the show to come and watch. So it's Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern. And then we'll be back here 2 weeks from tonight with the party still split, but at least now on the same plane of existence in the same continent, and theoretically heading to the same ultimate end. So thank you all so much for playing. Sorry we didn't kill as much. Some days you just walk around and avoid death storms. It's not about the body count, it's about the journey or something.
Oh, that's a Milena's hammer.
Say that to my hammer.
Don't worry. Very very soon you'll get the chance to do all sorts of killing. But on that note, we will wrap things up for now. Thank you again so much for playing with me. If you're watching this at home, thank you for watching. I deeply appreciate it. If you're supporting Dead Man's Rest, thank you. Even if it's a retweet, talk about it on social media, whatever floats your boat. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. So please be sure to be good to yourselves and each other and wash your hands and wear a mask. Bye.
Bye.